Sometimes the weaknesses of your competitors can actually offer you an opportunity to firm up your position in a particular industry. Our entrepreneur this week is into tour and travel, and he saw an opportunity which was actually because of the weaknesses of the players that were sitting in the industry at the time, and is today standing where he stands because he managed to bridge those gaps. Let's take a look.
Uganda as a destination, we have seen a great number of tourists coming. For example, just last year, the country had over 400,000 tourist arrivals. And that's a great number, and it shows that the country is heading somewhere. Right from the beginning, I was a computer scientist, but this shifted due to my lifestyle. I used to like traveling. I travel a lot, and I saw I could change my passion as a way in terms of business to earn me an income. And also after reading several comments online and what people were going through to book their safaris, I realized there was a gap that should be covered, in that people were waiting for so long to get responses from travel agents. The whole booking process could take weeks, and I came in to solve this problem. And here we give a promise that we give feedback to clients in the next 60 minutes. That is 1 hour. What makes us unique is how best we give attention to every detail of the client, and also the experience clients go through while traveling home to Africa. We study every detail from the client. In this way, we're able to learn and understand fully what they want. To us, one is communication, because we are dealing with people whom we have never seen, people who have not seen you. And how best you communicate matters. Actually, someone is willing to pay the price as long as the communication is very clear. So for us, communication is key. We have a great number of achievements. From one person, we are now a team of great number of people, over 20 people. And this shows how the impact we are creating in these communities. It may be a direct or indirect impact. Also, we have increased on our fleet of cars, and this has been due to the increased number of safaris. Home to Africa currently ranks #1 according to TripAdvisor. TripAdvisor is #1 trusted portal by most tourists. Most tourists would wish to first research and read more about travel experiences the previous travelers have had with your company. In our industry, tourism is a very delicate business. Any slight challenge that happens to the country, that happens to the communities, greatly affects our business. When you look at, let's say, coronavirus, it greatly affected our businesses. Such outbreaks like Ebola all impact our financials. We also have political instabilities, or such like riots in cities, and also the negative comments that goes online. We have engaged different PRs in different countries we target. For example, we have PR in Germany, we have PR in Australia, PR in the USA. All these are to help to give feedback, real feedback to our tourists and people who would wish to travel to Uganda and also East Africa as a destination. And also, we have relaxed our cancellation and booking policy. In this way, we give assurance to tourists, even if anything happens when you travel with us, you can actually change. You can postpone your safari to a favorable date, and in this way you don't lose any fee, and also you are assured of your safari in the future. So we have seen many people, tourists respond to this because they feel they are much more safer while booking with us. Tourism is, I would say, an expensive venture because it has a lot you need to have, and also different paperwork. Now that UTB has come in, then there are different associations like Auto who are trying to make sure everything is in order. So there are a lot of paperwork you have to have. For example, you must have a trading license, you must have an office, physical office, you must have staffs who are really insured, and all this calls for money. But still, it is affordable, it's manageable in case one is much ready. But I would say one must really be really dedicated to this, because one, it's not assured right away. Now more so that our domestic tourism is still low. Like most of the tour companies are still looking at the foreign market. And now that makes it more competitive. And that calls for a huge market budget, which means one must be ready to give in time and also spend in terms of financial resources in order to penetrate the market.
Now, in this segment, we are looking at the low-hanging fruits within the export space, and how we can take advantage of this. I'll wrap it up.
The export numbers for the whole world is 24 trillion US dollars. Now, when you look at Uganda, we are doing about 4 billion US dollars. Now, the low-hanging fruits for Ugandan exporters, first and foremost, is the East African community market. Then there is the COMESA and the African Continental Free Trade Area. And these are areas where we now look at the fruits and vegetables, our manufactured products within the region, which gives us a quick win. That means you can export to Sudan, to South Sudan, you can export to the Democratic Republic of Congo, to Rwanda, to Burundi, to Kenya. So those are, to me, those are the low-hanging fruits. And also you note that in terms of the world population, we are coming to over 8 billion people, but that is also a huge opportunity in that these people have to consume on a daily basis. So how prepared we are is very important for us to get into these markets.
Now, most developers tend to pay more attention to the interior of their projects. Sometimes we don't actually put in the right effort to work on the exterior. Now, beyond the look and feel, there's a lot that you need to know about which material can actually save you money in maintenance. Let's take a look.
I'm from AOV, first of all, AOV International Enterprises, and we do cleaning and maintenance. We do the interior and the exterior, and we happen to be the experts of the exterior people, the ones you see hanging on those skyscrapers, the few skyscrapers in town. So we take the risk of keeping them clean and giving them the reputation that they deserve. That is on the part of our clients and their clients, of course. To have someone hang, for our case we use spiders. Those are the ropes. We have the safety rope and the working rope. So it takes basically 3 months. But of course it goes more than that for someone to feel safe outside the 20-story building. So we have 20 days of training, because those 2 ropes, they have a descender and a grabber on the safety rope and on the descending rope or the working rope. So the 20 days, they are training on, let's say, on 1-story building. So they are working to have their entire body system married or intermarried to the machines, where they feel that they are safe. And for example, if one wants to move a centimeter down, he doesn't need to look at the machines. He grabs the descender and he moves a centimeter or wherever he wants to move. If he wants to move from the ground floor, from the 10th floor to the 9th floor, he knows even the entire calculation is within his body system. So that is the first training, the first 20 days, for him to be part and parcel of the machines and the ropes. Then after that, we have calculating the distance. Then tying the knots. Those ropes have different knots of tying, making sure that someone is safe. Then we have the cleaning itself. After a month and a half, right from there, they already know how to use the two systems, the grabber or the working rope and the safety rope. Then from there, they have the cleaning itself. If someone has never or had never cleaned, you have to teach them different types of cleaning. We have marble, we have glass, we have cladding. So they've got to know these two different, because like marble, we have different types of marble, and they have different reactions to different chemicals. For the client who is out there, you know, a building, like I mentioned, it needs to be maintained. We have a regular cleaning, which is we recommend every 3 months. Then if someone really financially is not stable, he could do it for 3 months, or he could do it 4. But some people do it once in a year. But like I mentioned, the building is made of glass and cladding, most probably. Then it's made of marble sometimes. So for the glass, if it takes in the dust, it doesn't live long. At some point it will shatter, it will take in the dust, which will be part of the glass itself. By the time you think of cleaning, it won't go off. And you would need a lot of money to overhaul the face of the building. Then for the cladding, still, if it takes in dust, it changes color. Its original color changes, and still it weakens. So still it will require a lot of money to overhaul the whole building's face, putting different or the same cladding. Then when it goes to marble, marble has moss that grows onto it, even stone. Those buildings that have finishing that have stone. So you better do regular exterior cleaning, which is key to the face of the building, its longevity, and its, you know, the outlook. Facade has to be cleaned regularly, you know, because, you know, renting here in Kampala, it's expensive. For someone to rent your business, to rent into your building, it has to be worthy.
That's all we had for you on this week's edition of Money and Market. Thank you for being part of the show. Now, we like to keep the conversation going as usual, so pay us a visit on our digital platforms. Until next time, I've been your host, Charles Bojana. From me and Tim, we'd like to wish you a very good evening, and God bless you. Now, remember, Money and Markets is brought to you by Emirates.
Just close the doors, and you're in a world of your own. Travel is not just about the destination, it's also about how you get there. Fly Emirates. Fly better.